Okay, we are live. Feng Shui Nation, here's another live stream. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me know where you're joining me from. I'm just looking over this side to my computer screen to make sure that I'm live streaming properly. Oops. My table is a mess. Awesome. We are live. Hello, Sylvia. Hey, Elizabeth. Thank you, thank you. So I thought we would just have an informal, fun hangout today. So I have no idea what we will be talking about. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Elinda. Thank you, thank you. It is my birthday month. Yesterday was my actual birthday. I won't tell you guys how old I am. Although I have to say, even with COVID and everything, I had obviously a really low-key birthday celebration. It was just me and my husband and my two girls. My husband got me a beautiful bouquet of flowers. I didn't have to cook dinner. Like I cook dinner almost every weekday, almost every weekend night too. So whenever I have the option or given the option to not cook, I'm always happy. So I had a nice dinner at home that I didn't have to cook. And yeah, it was nonetheless a good celebration. I had a good day. I unplugged from work as much as I could. I did check in on emails first thing in the morning and then like before I went to bed just to make sure nothing imploded. But the rest of the day I spent just tending my plants, my orchids. I shopped for seeds, like vegetable and flower seeds. I bought some plants, roots and rhizomes, basically getting ready for spring and summer. So yeah, thank you so much for the birthday wishes on social media, on email. I had people reaching out to me on Messenger and everything. So it really, really, truly warmed my heart that people took the time to wish me. Sylvia and Sharon, like Sylvia and Katie, your birthday wishes really touched my heart. I know I haven't replied. I'm trying to reply to all the, or at least, let you know that I've seen your birthday wishes. So I'm slowly going through that today. But Sharon, Sylvia, and Katie, what you posted honestly just made me weep a little bit. But happy tears, happy weeping. Oh, do I look so pretty? It's all makeup and lighting. I can tell you that much. As much as I want more sleep, I haven't been getting half of the amount of sleep that I need, I think. And even when I'm sleeping, it's not really good sleep because it's hard to switch off my brain sometimes. Thank you so much. We have Linda, Ellie, you're here, Betty, Lydia from Aberdeen, yay. Grace, am I pronouncing that right? Diane, first timer, yay! Welcome. Rosa, Chanti, Anna, Jennifer, Diana, Pauline, Felicia, no crying. Well, if there's going to be crying, it's going to be good cry, okay? This makeup is not meant for ugly cry. Annalie, Christina. Oh, we are literally like a week and a day away from our certification course. And some of you guys who are joining me in the course, you're in here. I know you're really excited. Ellen, okay, put a pin on that question. Eva, Maria, Jamie, welcome. Mitch, You are, Mitch, are you still in Philippines? Because if you are, it's really late where you are. Sylvia, Trisha, first timer, welcome. Stephanie, Bethany from Hawaii, yay. Jennifer, first timer from California. We have a lot of first timers. Kirsten, Tracy from South Africa. De Beer, interesting last name. Ziba from Aurora, Ontario. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. As the email or my social media posts have kind of alluded to, we don't have a specific topic today. Yeah, so today it's we can talk about Feng Shui, we can talk about spirituality, we can talk about anything really. Today is and some of you who have followed my live streams for a bit, you know, most of the time I come on the live streams a little bit early just so I can kind of just chat with you guys. This whole live stream is about that. So if you guys want specific teachings or whatever, you might be a little bit disappointed. But I find it to be, you know, I want it to be a little bit more interactive as well. I want to know who's watching the videos that I'm putting out. What are your thoughts? Or maybe you guys, well, nothing too personal, but if you have any questions about, you know, how I do things, whether related to Feng Shui or not, I'm happy to answer those questions. So a little bit more of you guys to get to know a little bit more about me, and me getting to know a little bit more about you as well. So yeah, I meant to do the live stream a little bit later so I could have wine while I do the live stream, but I'm a cheap drunk, so even halfway through a glass of wine, I might just start being a little giddy. So I didn't want that risk. Hence, we're keeping to the regular 2 p.m. Eastern time, and I've got my steaming hot cup of chai tea. Thank you, Eva, JW, Yolanda, Marilla, and Patricia is saying blue blocking glasses and find an evening ritual. Hot tea. What is nomis? I'd love to know more about that, Patricia, to help you better sleep. GABA and valerian root may be helpful too. I have no trouble falling asleep. And that's the thing, the moment, and that's probably the biggest point of contention when my husband and we started dating, is because I go to bed early, yet he's a night owl, and I wake up super early. I'm an early bird, and he sleeps. So our sleep schedule that we've gotten used to for like the whole of our lives before we met each other, just didn't mash up, right? For me, the moment my head hits the pillow, I fall asleep. But it's just waking up. I get a lot of dreams. That's the thing. I get weird and sometimes really weird dreams. I remember, and so when I wake up, I'm not really fully rested because I think I've been dreaming so much. And the funny thing was, years ago, some of you saw the live stream that I did. Maybe, gosh, when did I do my past life regression training? At least, I would say 4 years ago. So 4 years ago when I did my past life regression training, one night, so it was like 3 or 4 days of training, and I had a really vivid dream, so vivid that I woke up feeling quite shaken by it. And then the day started, you know, I'm in class, and then my past life regression teacher came in. She looked at me. She's very spiritual. So she looked at me and she said, someone had a really good dream. But because of that, because it's not always bad dreams. It's like some of them are really good dreams. It just takes me away. But at the same time, I think because my brain's not fully rested, right? My brain wave's still pretty active. I think that's why I can't sleep. So or not that I can't sleep, I don't get good quality sleep. So, Jamie's asking what to do with the permanent salt cure once the water dries up. Do we just add more water or how much? It depends. If it's already really crusty, I would just throw it out. If it's not too crusty, then you top it out with more water. Okay. Ooh, stay tuned. I was hoping to do the announcement today, but I will do it properly in a social media post. So if you're not following me on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, make sure you follow me. Hit subscribe, hit follow, because in the next couple of days, I will be doing an announcement for a giveaway, my birthday month giveaway. So it will be, and I mentioned this before, but I didn't end up doing it because there were some legal issues around me doing a competition like that, but I figured out another option. So make sure you watch for my posts in the next few days. I will be announcing a social media competition where you guys can join, and the grand prize is a 1-hour video consultation with moi, valued at $688 US. So I am so happy to be able to find, not a loophole, but to find a way for me to still align with Facebook and YouTube's terms and conditions when it comes to competition and stuff, and still be able to do this with you guys. And one lucky contestant, if you want to call it, it's a lucky draw. Okay, I'm not choosing anyone. It is a lucky draw. I will an unbiased software will pick out randomly a winner, and then the winner will get a 1-hour consult with me. All right. So stay tuned with that. Make sure you follow me on social media, or at least on my mailing list. Okay. Hey, Maria, thank you. Hey. Okay. Drink cheap wine with me, Jennifer. Oh, okay. Magnesium levels. Huh. That is interesting. I used to take Calm, and I think, so that's like a magnesium drink, really. I used to take that. I really should. It's just like at the back of my shelf. I really should take it out. Someone was asking if there are any dates to watch out for 2021. Not necessarily. Well, for those of you who are in Feng Shui 2021, you know at least how to plot out really bad days for yourself, right? And vice versa, how to plot out good days for yourself for the year. I don't know how other astrologers do it, but I don't have the time nor the energy to go through all the dates in the year to see if there are specific dates to watch out for. Those are manifesting code. It's not to say it's hard, but every beginning of the month, I sit myself down and I look at the energy of the month, right? That is actually a bit of work every month for me to do. And I'm only looking at the month. Looking at the whole year is a lot. It is a lot of time and effort involved. So I unfortunately don't have the time nor the energy resources to do that. Oh, Sylvia's asking manifesting code. We are relaunching next month. In all honesty, there's still a few things about it that I'm not quite 100% on. So manifesting code, in case you guys are wondering, this time I'm only opening up to those who have taken Feng Shui 2021 or have taken my certification course. And what manifesting code is, it's above and beyond Feng Shui, really. We do have, like, I would say a third of it is Feng Shui related, where you get monthly Feng Shui placements, monthly remedies to deal with constructions and stuff. But really, the other 2/3 or more, even, I would say, I don't know, you guys in MC, in manifesting code, I would say maybe 80% of manifesting code is what I call above and beyond Feng Shui. And that's part of the reason why it's not going to be publicly open. Only those of you who have taken Feng Shui 2021 or taken my certification course, or if not, you can, or if you've done like a private consult with me, I'm only doing a small launch because I want to make sure that you guys get the Feng Shui portion done first. And then once you have your Feng Shui done, then you do manifesting code, because that really is above and beyond Feng Shui. Oops. I don't know what happened. Are we still live? Okay, something happened to my camera. I don't know what happened, but that is above and beyond Feng Shui. We do candle rituals, we do moon rituals, we do energy healing. We talk about past life, meditation, visualization, journaling, all sorts of other energy work. Because remember, Feng Shui is earth energy, right? There's still heaven energy and mankind energy. Let me see if I've got the, you guys are still seeing me, right? Oh, I don't have it here. But yeah, so manifesting code really is to now help you with the heaven luck or heaven energy and the mankind luck, which is the inner Feng Shui part. Okay. And usually the reason why I do it that way is because once you have the Feng Shui, and which is the earth luck, and you work on the heaven luck and you work on the mankind luck, people who do it more holistically, you get much better results as opposed to only doing Feng Shui, right? So if you guys want to, join and you've done your Feng Shui bits with me, then watch out for that. I will be sending out the email and the invites in the private groups. Okay. So not too late. That'll be next month. Eva's asking, oh, I don't know. Well, I don't pretend to be an expert on this. How can we protect ourselves from the modems and routers in our homes? Any crystals, stones? Again, I'm not a crystal expert. And that's my thing. But some people call themselves, like even for my birthday, people wishing me a happy birthday yesterday. You know, I've people call me master, call me shifu, and I say I'm not a master, even in Feng Shui, right? I've only done Feng Shui for 10 years, which is just like a little under a quarter of my life. This is my own personal definition of what a master is. A master is someone who focuses on an area of study for more than half his or her life. That is mastery. Mastery is not something that you take a weekend course in and then you just slap yourself, give yourself a title of master. No. So I am not a master of crystals. I use a lot of crystals, but I don't know, I guess, enough to be a little dangerous where crystals are concerned, but not enough for me to claim any kind of expertise on it. But I even forgot the name of this guy. I have this by my computer. How do I forget? Is it obsidian? No, not obsidian. I don't remember. my brain. Somebody, can you Black tourmaline. Yeah, there are definitely a few different crystals that you can do. But apart from crystals, you can also do visualization, right? You can visualize like an energy field, so that you can do it even in the beginning of the day when you just sit down in front of the computer. You can just visualize that the EMFs or whatever is not going to affect you too much. So yes. uh, yeah, so there's definitely more than one way to do it. And I don't have it here, but I used to have something on the back of my phone. It's like a patch. It's like a tourmaline patch, because we have our phone by our ear a lot, which I don't actually. I use the earphones when I'm on a phone call. But yeah, that's one way to do it. Well, this is just me. Don't go overboard with protecting yourself from it. Again, it's just me. Maybe I'm not doing enough to protect myself, right? But I find that, and the same thing with Feng Shui, the same thing with anything else. It's fine if you want to follow something, but don't let it overtake your life, right? Like if I want to protect myself with crystals as a form of protection from all the waves that are, hitting me, fine, but I don't want to lose sleep over, okay, what else am I susceptible to, right? Same thing with Feng Shui. You do the Feng Shui the best as you can. It's most of the time it can't be perfect. Don't lose sleep over the parts that you can't perfect. Okay? Just relax in the knowingness that whether it be Feng Shui or your health or whatever, that you are doing the best as you can, right? There's no point in panicking over something. Like when, again, I'm probably opening a can of worms here, but when COVID first started, there's this whole thing about 5G being the reason for why COVID happened. You can see from my face what I think about that. So I'm not gonna go further into that. Okay. Okay, Lydia is asking, Northeast is the most auspicious sector for 2021. It's one of the most auspicious for sure, but it also has Grand Duke and Robbery Star. Is not facing to them the only precocious measure apart from salt? Yes. Yeah. And again, you try your best, right? Like my office, and in fact, where my desk is right now would be I'm actually very close to Northeast 1. I think I'm Northeast 2, but very, very close to Northeast 1. I can move it, but for Grand Duke, it's the most important not to be facing Northeast 1. Okay, you can sit in the Northeast 1 direction, but you can't face it. We're going to go through, those of you who are, if you're joining me in a week for the course, let people know, because these are the things that we're gonna go much deeper on. What energies can you sit in? What energies can you face? What energies can you not face? We're gonna go through all that. But for Grand Duke, you can sit in it, you can't face it. That's the only thing. I'm still facing Northeast, but I'm facing Northeast 3 at the moment, where my desk is concerned. So that's still fine. So fine, there's the, whoops, I'm blurry. There's the Robbery Star, but for me, I do a lot of my inner work, right? And so I'm still not that worried. So if you can't deal with something Feng Shui-wise, deal with it above and beyond Feng Shui. Okay, some of you who believe in working with the angels, In fact, I think one of my students is an angel practitioner. Things like that. There are other ways of manipulating the energy, but in my opinion, Feng Shui is the easiest way because you can calculate the energy. There's no second guessing. You know, once you have your activations or your remedies done, then you see the results, right? Again, yeah, it's the easiest one to do. Intention is very, very important. Exactly, Sylvia. Okay, Veronica is asking. We have a pool and need it because we live in the desert, as well as for non-weight bearing exercise. Can we do other things to help the energy? Can you see the pool from the ground floor? If you can, then you need to somehow, water placement is an I meant to post this in my certification graduate group. There is a book that was just recently printed out. And that book suggested pool placements in very, very, very dangerous locations. And I get a lot of pushback about location of the pool. Because people say, oh, Safrina, how can you say the pool makes you lose money? I see all these multi-million-dollar homes with pools, and they're having the best time of their lives. Now, especially in the social media world that we are in right now, everyone just shows the happy, the positive side of their lives. Not many people are as authentic enough to show the bad side, whatever negative that's happening in their lives. Okay? So what happens behind closed doors, including those homes that have those beautiful pools, we don't know. Right? And in my capacity as a consultant, I have seen lots of pools. And I have seen where on the outside, these families, they look like they've got everything, right? Beautiful house, whatever. But relationship has gone down, attributed to the pool. Okay, especially affairs. Health has gone down. And because the pool is such a big body of water, it's usually very significant health issue. Okay, we're talking about late stage cancer. We're talking about like basically to a point where you're just trying to manage it. You're not trying to get cured from it. And money loss. So the best that you can do, Veronica, is to hide it from view. It can be fencing. It can be tall bushes. But it has to be outside, not just inside the house. You can't just close the curtains and pretend the pool's not there. Like if this is your house and the pool is here, the structure has to be between the house and the pool to block the view. Okay. It's not the perfect cure. The perfect cure is to actually drain the pool, or even just earth it over. I have a client where the wife got really, 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 really sick. He was like, okay, if basically, I forgot the term, but basically earthing over the pool. He said, if that's what it takes, then they'll do it. But they were at the point where she couldn't get better. She couldn't get better, but they just didn't want her to get worse. Okay. So that's my perspective on that. So full moon. Oh, okay. I got some questions on Facebook because every month we post we remind people of the new moon, we remind people of the full moon. And so what do I mean? I get questions like, why are you telling us about new moon and full moon? What are we supposed to do? You can do anything really, okay? Since olden days, ancient times, the movement of the planetary bodies and whatever have been seen as having an effect on us. You look at Western astrology. Western astrology is all about the movement of the planets and everything, right? So it does impact us. So my hair is a mess today. I don't know what's happening. But for me, for the past few years, I've followed full moon and new moon specifically as part of my law of attraction practice, right? You can do whatever you want. You can do your meditation, you can do your journaling, you can like soak in a tub and just think about what you want. It can be in many, many different forms. But traditionally, full moon is for things that, actually full moon and new moon, I would prefer, I think Ellie, that was your question. Full moon and new moon, I would prefer to do it for something that you want to attract. And then if you want to put out the intention to get rid of something, i.e. a bad relationship, health issues, whatever, then do it when the moon is waning, meaning it is going from a full moon into a new moon. So the moon is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. That is what normally people do where the full moon is concerned. Okay. So I'm just hey Wendy. Okay. I need to cover this because I've been getting, I guess because my videos are getting more eyeballs, I've been getting a lot of this question. Dee is asking, and thank you. She wished me happy birthday. Thank you. What are a few suggested auspicious item or figurines to get for a fire monkey this year? Oh, okay. So yours is specifically for an astrological animal. I don't have any recommendations for you. In my lineage, we don't buy these things. So there are other lineages that say, okay, if you're afflicted, you can carry, you know, a figurine or whatever. And you guys can Google that. I don't even know the keyword to Google, to be honest with you. But I guess if you know, some schools would say if your astrological animal clashes with another animal sign, then it's a bad year for you. So you carry a different animal to take the edge off, right? And that's the key. If it works, it only takes the edge off. It doesn't cure anything. Nothing is a cure-all. Feng Shui is not a cure-all. You guys have never heard me say that, right? Feng Shui is part of the thing that you need to do to shift the energy. If you can do more than Feng Shui, right? Do the Feng Shui first and then you work on the other stuff, then you get better results. But in terms of a gift for a specific someone, I don't have any Feng Shui item gifts to suggest because we don't use all those tchotchkes. We really don't. I would buy a book or something that they're interested in as opposed to buying a remedy. Okay, I've done many live streams, well, not live streams, but I've done a couple of videos where I get a little bit quite upset about all these expensive lucky keychains or amulets or lucky wallet or whatever. Like, I think I mentioned wallet before and someone said, yeah, I spent a lot of money on a lucky wallet and I'm still broke. And that's why, because they don't work. Even if it's like charged with And I believe Reiki. I love Reiki, but I feel like Reiki is being mismarketed into the Feng Shui world, like blended in a way that's just not full of integrity. So I'm sorry, I can't help you out with buying a present for your person. But that's where not just me, but that's where my Feng Shui lineage stands, in that we don't suggest any of those things. Okay. Do similar water concerns apply to living along a river? We are right on the river in a small house, and it runs along the east side, visible northeast, east, and southeast, especially in the cold months when there are no leaves on the trees. Yes. It is, especially the faster the water runs, the more it impacts. Yeah, so the same. Annabelle, I want to learn more about meditation. Where do we usually learn it from? I've tried on my own. I'm just too aware of my surroundings, and it's distracting me. There are many ways to get started. A baby step, right? And I mentioned this many times. Easiest one is just to focus on something. Many years ago, this is why my naturopathic doctor suggested to me, and I still suggest it to people because it just works, right? You light a candle, and you look at how the flame flickers. You look at how the wax is starting to, just be present. You guys need to read Eckhart Tolle's, any of his book really, but A New Earth is a great way to start. He talks about, I forgot his term, but basically he talks about being present, right? Being present. So when you have that candle burning, you're just present with the candle. It doesn't mean that you don't have thoughts. It'll, sometimes it happens to me still. It'll be like, okay, what am I making for dinner tonight? No. Thank you for those thoughts. Go away. Let me refocus on the candle, right? It still happens. I'm not a monk. So and if you get distracted, just take a deep breath and get back into it, right? It is a practice. And the main thing is to get your brain waves. Sorry, I'm fixing my hair because it just looks a little weird. The main thing is to just, if you, for me anyway, I don't know if it'll work for everyone, but if I find myself getting caught up or getting distracted, I just take a deep breath. Take a few deep breaths even, like take a deep breath. Just center yourself back. Take another deep breath. Right? And it's a muscle. You have to train that muscle. You won't be able to do it overnight, but if you keep at it, then your meditation muscles will get stronger. Meditation for me has been a lifesaver. Meditation is how I manage my stress. Meditation is how I get answers to my questions. Meditation is where I get insights, even though sometimes I don't ask for it. I'll share this with you guys, how meditation saved my life. So I was meditating. So my whole life, I don't like going to see I don't like to see the doctor, even if it's for an annual checkup or whatever. It takes a lot for me to see a doctor. I unfortunately got it from my mom. My mom, unfortunately for her, because she doesn't like to see the doctor, we caught her leukemia at the end stage. And because she was older and whatever, then she succumbed to the leukemia pretty quickly after she got diagnosed. But that was not enough to teach me a lesson. I didn't learn from my mother's health journey. So I was meditating, just meditating, trying to get into alpha is what I tell my husband. And then the thought came and said, go see a doctor. Go see your doctor. It just people say a download. It literally like downloaded into my brain, like go see a doctor. I remember this was years ago. This was actually before I had my second child, so at least 7 years ago. Um, and I was like, that was odd. But anyway, I listened to it. That's heaven luck, by the way, okay? Heaven luck is telling me to see a doctor, but it's up to my mankind luck to book that appointment with the doctor, right? You guys see how how changing your life needs heaven luck, earth luck, mankind. I could very easily get that insight through my meditation, but do nothing about it, especially with me hating to see the doctor. But anyway, I booked it. We did a full checkup, and I was precancerous. I was at the stage just before it became cancer. And usually, and my doctor says this, it's really good that we caught it, because the cancer that it was, you don't get any symptoms until it's like late stage 2 or 3. And I'm not even stage 1. I'm like, it's considered precancerous, but it could definitely develop into cancer. But I had no symptoms, no nothing. It was just that download from meditation. And that is how it literally saved my life. Okay. So, and that's how I started, Annabelle. I started with a candle. I started with a flower. I would pick a flower bud, okay, maybe with a lot of petals. You just look at the petals, look at the texture, look at the color, look at maybe if the sun is shining on it, look at how the sun is shining on it. It is just really being present. That's a form of meditation. Meditation is not always meditating like a monk sitting on the floor. No, it's, Eckhart Tolle's form of that is just being present. And when you're present, then your mind space allows for things to kind of interweave into it, and you get insights, you get answers, you get aha moments. Okay? That is why I fully believe in meditating. And if you guys are on the Feng Shui journey, that means you're on the spiritual journey, hopefully, then you need to at least give it a shot. Okay? Lydia's asking, are you going to explore more on bazi with the registered members? Okay, so I get this question all the time in that, am I offering bazi certification courses? Not in the near future. Why? Because I have yet to have a curriculum where I believe it is good enough to be taught. What I mean by that is I want to put out a course, even if it's the first course. I want to put out a course where at the end of the course, the student gets a really good amount of knowledge to do proper bazi reading on their own. But bazi, or Chinese astrology, is so much more layered than Feng Shui, so much more. The thing with a lot of courses out there, including the courses that I took, okay, they're not enough in that if done wrong, it could actually, it doesn't impart enough knowledge that one course can set them off on the right path. It's usually, I don't know why this keeps happening, why it keeps turning off this time. But so unless and until I can build a bazi course that I know is enough to take you from newbie to intermediate, maybe not advanced, but newbie to intermediate, I'm not going to put it out there. And another thing with astrology is some people take it the wrong way. If the reading is bad, then they think they're out of luck. Okay? I have recently been given the awful news that someone that I know succumbed to suicide. And after talking to a couple of her friends, I didn't realize she was dealing with depression. But a couple of things came up in that her friend said she was freaking out about her bazi chart, that she was going into, that the chart did not look good for her and the person she cared for. And it's a combination of freaking out over the astrology and not getting enough support through her depression, that she felt suicide was the only way. And back when I was doing astrology as a service, I came across one guy who says, "Can you tell me when I will die?" Among other questions that just spun my head. And I said, astrology, even though it's heaven luck, even if it says, let's say you are going, that there's no money in your chart, it doesn't mean that you will be poor the rest of your life. You can still use Feng Shui. You can still use your mankind luck to make the situation better. You can use other parts of heaven luck to make the situation better. Work on your past life. Maybe you have a karmic debt about around money, right? And after that guy, I was like, I swore I will never take money from someone who only wants astrology reading. If they want astrology, they have to do Feng Shui with me. It's not because I want more money from them. It's because I want to make sure that at least their Feng Shui is looked at, taken care of. So in case the astrology is a little bit, I don't want to say weak, is a little bit, needs a little bit of support, then at least the Feng Shui is there to support. Because not every person has the emotional and the spiritual and the mental wherewithal to be given the news that they have quote unquote bad astrological chart. And in all honesty, I wish I knew this about, this friend of mine who was struggling. I wish I knew. I had no idea until after the fact. But mental health is, come on, you guys, COVID is hard mentally, even for the healthiest of us. For those who have been struggling with it, it is just immensely, with the isolation, with not being able to see your family, there's no social life. It's just really, really hard for people struggling with mental health right now. So if you know someone who could be struggling, my public service announcement here is please reach out. Let them know that you are there. Because this is, they resorted to their final action because they thought there was no way out, right? And my biggest piece, and when I go live, I get a lot of people just throwing out their date of birth at me, wanting a live reading. I don't do any of those things because I don't know how you're going to take it. And the thing is, when you're doing spiritual work like this, it's huge responsibility. Huge responsibility. And going back to Lydia's question about teaching bazi, I won't, not yet. I am not sitting well with the course as it is now. Once it is ready, that it's not going to do more harm than good, then I will announce it. Maybe in the next 5 years is my thought. On the flip side, the Flying Star course, that I took with, you know, through the Grandmaster School, the Flying Star course is the most comprehensive that I have found, with the best formulas and the best historical data to back their formulas and to back their teachings. That I heartily market that, because it really takes you, like I said, from beginner to intermediate. If you want to go advanced, there's more things after that. But at least this one, you will not go wrong with the Flying Star course. You will not make things worse if you follow the textbook. You will not do more harm than good as long as you follow the textbook. That, with my integrity, with me wanting to sleep well at night, that's the reason why I teach that one. Bazi to be is on hold for now. It will be an epic course once it's out, but right now it's not ready. Okay. Oh, but Lydia, going back to that, you're in manifesting code, aren't you? I don't remember. I'm sorry. But in manifesting code, I do have, like, I don't want to say superficial, but I do have like guidelines in there. Not enough as a certification course, obviously, but for those who are curious, there's information on that. Okay. Ooh, okay. Oh, should we have good enough knowledge of Feng Shui before enrolling in manifesting code class? No. As long as my only ask is you've done at least one of my annual training, it can be Feng Shui 2018, 2019, 2020, that you have, because you need to know your facing and your period, right? We're not going to go through that in manifesting code. And you have properly set up your Feng Shui at least for the year, then you can be in there. Do you need a bazi chart when you get a Feng Shui consultant? Not necessarily. It depends on how in-depth the consultant, or how advanced, I guess, is what I should say. Like my students in the Flying Star courses, they're not trained in bazi, but just what they've learned about Feng Shui alone is enough to give results to their clients. Okay, and I get this all the time. All my students came back and say, "Oh my God, Safrina, like things just made so much more sense, and their clients are happy and all that." When I and other more advanced practitioners, when we take the your date of birth, for instance, it's, I don't know, I can't speak about the other consultants, but at least for me, because I do other schools of Feng Shui, right? Not just Flying Star. Flying Star is the main school that I use, but I'm trained in Shen Kong Da Gua, and I do date selection as well. So those things you need the date of birth, right? And I have clients who are working with me for fertility right now. For things like that, we need date of birth. We need the bazi chart, because I need to look at both partners to see if they've got any issues around fertility. And I also choose the good dates for them to do their fertility treatments, if they're doing fertility treatments. And even bed placement, right? Fertility. For bed placement, we actually look at the hexagrams, which is determined by the year pillar. Sometimes the date pillar as well. But that is when Feng Shui meets astrology. But that's more advanced. And I will be teaching that. And again, only those who took my Flying Star course will be able to do the more advanced course with me, because again, I want to make sure everyone's got the same foundational information. So only my graduates get the advanced stuff. Oh, Sylvia saying, I had a similar situation. I finally went to see my doctor and was diagnosed with breast cancer after I received download from meditation. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh, Sylvia. Yeah. Yeah. So okay. I'm trying to scroll. Sorry if I'm missing things, but I'm scrolling not too fast, not too slow. This one. I'm gonna have you guys answer this. Feng Shui PSU Black Obsidian Wealth Bracelet. Is that fast food Feng Shui? It is, definitely. Okay. Guys, you don't have to buy all these things to do Feng Shui. Okay. You don't have to buy the three-legged toad with the coin in the mouth. You don't have to buy the Guan Gong. You don't have to buy all those things to do Feng Shui. No. Yay, Cecilia. Cecilia's joining me in about a week. And Irina, yes. Okay. I'm gonna scroll up because I'm down at the bottom and I didn't see any other questions. Oh, okay. So Eva's asking, do you use, what is that, a gauge meter? I've never heard of something like that. To assess how strong the electromagnetic waves in the house. We don't look at that. At least not in my school of Feng Shui. Maybe other schools of Feng Shui do it. Again, I'm not a master of all schools of Feng Shui. Maybe there are other Feng Shui schools out there that look at EMFs. Not that I know of, though. I haven't heard of anything. But again, I don't pretend to know everything. So, yeah. Okay, Michelle is asking, for Northwest 7th remedy, we place a pail of water. Can we put anything in the water to make the decor look nice? I was thinking like marbles and floating candle. Also, does it have to be at least 2 liters? 2 liters is a must minimum. That is 2 liters is actually not that much. Honestly, it's like a large-ish vase. That's already 2 liters. I wouldn't put anything in it though. Yeah. Especially marbles. Marbles are earth. That actually strengthens the 7. Again, we're splitting hairs here, but I just keep it simple and I just put pure water in there. Okay. Oh, Christina, virtual hug. What was the virtual hug for? Was it for my cancer story? My pre-cancer story. If we have a salt cure from last year that still has water and not much crystallization, can we keep it for 2021? As long as you don't move it, absolutely. Okay. Felicia, I have been so hesitant for years with you, only because my family and friends already think I'm a witch from Feng Shui. I totally get you. I totally get you. But you never know. You never know that that others in your family might be aligned to it. So I was just I don't know if my aunt's gonna watch this, but my aunt, my mom's sister, um, she trained as a nun, a Catholic nun, a Roman Catholic nun, so apostolate. She was apostolate, but didn't go through the whole thing. But I was pleasantly surprised when I saw her post on social media that she was reading into, oh my gosh, I forgot his name, the guy who first talked about past life, Edgar Casey, the first scientific guy, I guess, who wrote and talked about past life. So she started reading his books, and I think she started doing qigong and meditation and all that. And we just had a chat last week, and I'm like, you know, my mom's side of the family is very, very devout. Maybe my other aunts are going to watch this live stream. I don't know. But my mom's side of the family, they're very, very devout Roman Catholics. So this whole other thing, even yoga is like considered, you know, not kosher or whatever you want to call it. So for an aunt who trained to be a nun, to be so open to the other spiritual world, I was like, it feels so good to not be the only weird one in the family. So you never know if you start opening up to it, you might actually make it okay for someone else in the family to come out of the spiritual closet, you know. Current manifesting code members will be automatically renewed if you want to be automatically renewed. Yeah. But you'll just keep, your membership just keeps going. Oh, okay. Okay, Bethany, I see your question about the house on the hill. It's very case by case. That's the thing, okay? And that is why I always say you can't do feng shui from what you read in a book. Because a house that is on a hill, for instance, sometimes there are factors that make the facing of the house actually the back of the house. There's so many things you actually need. It's very case by case. So you need someone to look at your home, Bethany, and then we'll figure out the facing and figure out which one is the lower floor, the ground floor, or whatever. But you're in the class for January, right? Remind me. I think you're in the January course. So we'll if you are, we're definitely gonna go. I don't know what's happening to my brain. It's a little bit mushy right now. Okay, but we'll definitely go over layouts there. Hey, Michael, are you still here? Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Ah. Oops. All right. Sorry about that. Oops. Technical glitch. My camera ran out of battery. Let's give you guys a better view here. All right. Oh, good thing the live stream didn't cut off. And good thing I have a backup camera. I'm so close though. All right, let me. Okay, Anne is asking, you said it can be too many plants even in sectors where Feng Shui recommend plants. How I know how many too much? NASA recommends, for example, at least one plant per 100 square feet. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, plants are great air purifiers. Even some have antiseptic properties. Okay. Again, you need to be able to you can put plants as long as they don't activate negative energies. How do you know that? You really need to look at the permanent energy. So it's not something that I can cover here. But some places, when you put plants, actually, they die on you because energetically it burns the wood, right? If it's got number 6 or 7 metal, or if it's got the number 9 fire, your plants are actually not going to survive there, right? So you can put it there, but you're probably going to just be going against the grain, against the energy, right? And plants is also, if it can also activate too much romance. So if you're in a relationship and you're thinking it's going to get your partner to propose, it might actually do the opposite thing where they meet someone else and that's the end of your friendship, your relationship, right? So you can put plants as long as you can be sure it's put in a place where it's not going to do more harm than good. Okay. We have oh, well, I did say we can talk about anything. So I'll talk about this one. What was my difficult time in my life? I've got a few, but the hardest time in my life was probably, well, not probably, I'm trying to figure out the year now. It was when I was selling IT. It was a really good job. It was a very well-paying job, but it was really, really high stress. And my husband and I, we were trying for our second child at that time. And that I know of, I've had 3 miscarriages while doing that job. I say that I know of is because sometimes women, we you know, we're a little bit late, but we're not sure if it was an actual pregnancy, right? And the third time it happened, it was an ectopic pregnancy, meaning the embryo attached somewhere else that is not the uterus. And in my case, it was my fallopian tube. And the doctor had to take it out. It had to be surgically removed. They did not feel it was positioned enough that it could just pass naturally. So I still have a scar on, I still have a scar on my tummy that reminds me of that. And it was after that surgery that my husband's like, okay, you want to do your Feng Shui business full time? Let's do it, because this job is obviously stressing you out. It's making you sick, because it was so high stress that I was breaking out in hives, right? And I wasn't being acknowledged at work. I I give thanks to that boss in the way that she treated me. She was an emotional bully at work, my manager. But if she wasn't the way she was, it wouldn't have pushed me to leave that job, right? It was a six-figure job that I walked away from. But I was, I just lost the baby, and I was so stressed out, and a lot of the stress was coming from the manager. Because of that, okay, I went full time with my Feng Shui business. So, out of loss and heartache and pain and stress came something good, that I am now able to really live the life that I want to live, So yeah, that was the most difficult. As you guys can see, I still get emotional when I talk about the fertility journey. And that's another reason why this year, actually, I'm stepping off. I know I've been saying that. I really have. In the background, I have been reducing my Feng Shui consulting hours. Most of them are taken by my associates, because in 2021, I do want to start helping couples who are struggling with fertility, because I went through that myself, and I've realized Feng Shui and other things. So like 3 miscarriages, and I learned a few things along the way in terms of using other spiritual and energetic tools to help women get and stay pregnant. And so that's going to be my mission for 2021. I will have more Feng Shui babies this year, at least conceived. They likely won't be born by December, but at least conceived this year. So we'll have them born healthy and happy next year and onwards. So yeah, out of the difficult came the mission, basically. And in a way, I am grateful for that. Are fake plants okay in a bedroom, or if it's just decor? Fake plants are okay, but again, as long as it doesn't activate trouble for you. Hi, baby. Hold on. I'm okay. What is it? Okay. You can tell me when I'm done. I'm almost done. Meme, can you close the door? Thank you, baby. I'll get you a treat when I'm done. You have been very good. Can you close the door, please? That's my Feng Shui baby. After I did all the work. Oh, she still hasn't closed the door. Is that Maymay? Yes, it's Maymay. I don't want to show her because she's still in her pajamas, and it's like 3:15 in the afternoon. It's COVID lifestyle, you guys. Like, she wants to be in her jammies, she stays in her jammies. Ellen is asking, are we Eastern or Western Feng Shui? Okay, Ellen, what is West? Okay, if I understand you properly, okay, Eastern Feng Shui, it's not the real term, but is how it's done back in the olden days in China, right? And then it gets spread into Taiwan and Southeast Asia. Western Feng Shui is taking the original teachings and just spinning it. It's like a spin-off show. Except Western Feng Shui talks about the Qua number as if it's the most important thing in the world, Western Feng Shui talks about decluttering as if that is the whole of Feng Shui. Western Feng Shui talks about making your, like putting, I'm going to get into trouble with this. Turning your house into a 3D vision board. If you guys know who I'm talking about. There. Okay. That is Western Feng Shui, i.e. not Feng Shui. Okay. I hope that's what you mean by that, Ellen. You know me you know me long enough to know the answer, but I think you're just wanting me to talk about that in the live stream. But I have a live stream about law of attraction decorating versus Feng Shui, right? And relationship. Feng Shui for relationships is the main thing for this. People say, oh, if you want to attract a relationship, you make sure you have your bed with enough pillows for 2 people, and you have a painting of happy lovers and whatever. I'm not knocking it. It's law of attraction, but it is not Feng Shui. I love law of attraction. I live my life as best as I can based on Feng Shui and law of attraction. They can commingle, but do not mix it. They can be in the same space together, but one is not the other. Right? So that's my stance on that. If I do have an older live stream about law of attraction decorating versus Feng Shui. If you guys haven't seen that, then you can go back into my YouTube channel or into my Facebook group, and you can.
You can go to imagine. You can only go to life if you have a creation crystal. You can only find it at the Skylander.
Okay, Mei, they want to see you. Come. Okay, be prepared. Okay. She's in her jammies, and do you want to show people your wiggly tooth? Okay, baby.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. Mei. Okay. I'm almost done. Okay,
no.
Baby. Okay. Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Sorry. That's my Feng Shui baby right there. Is manifesting code live? There are live components and there are pre-recorded components. So every week you get a new module. It can be on anything. It can be on, someone asked about Wealth Bowl. I think that's like week 20 or something. It can be on something Feng Shui related. It can be about essential oils, can be about crystals, can be about candles, whatever. Meditation. What else do we have? Modules about protection, all sorts of stuff. So those ones are opened up weekly, and so every week you get something new, and those are pre-recorded. But we also have group calls. I increased the group calls because of COVID. I wanted to make sure that people are supported in terms of their mental, emotional, and spiritual health. So that's what the group calls are for. Twice a month. It used to be once a month, but I upped it to twice a month now. Actually, when COVID first hit, it was weekly because I wanted to make sure, like with the pandemic, that everyone is not freaking out, and everything. But now I will permanently make it twice a week. So it's energy healing. We can go into past lives. It could be those are live calls. So if it's a smallish enough group and someone wants to go into a past life, I do a live past life reading. Everyone else watches, but obviously, it's kept within the group. I don't publicize those recordings. And from past life readings, I'm starting to really, really love that, and I think the MC Manifesting Code members get a lot of that. You can't register for manifesting code right now, Bethany. I'm relaunching it in February, so make sure you follow me on social media or on you're on my mailing list, and you guys will be able to get dibs on it. But only if you've done, like I said, if you didn't catch this earlier, only if you've done some sort of a feng shui work with me, either through the annual training or through private consult or through the course. Okay, because I want to make sure that we're not going to go through too much feng shui in manifesting code. MC for short is really above and beyond feng shui. Okay, so I want you guys to have the feng shui bit already done before you move into MC. Okay, and then every month we have a special training. It can be like last month we did a special training on visioning 2021, right? How we close the year and how we open the year. This month I haven't done the announcement yet, but the class for this month, we're actually going to talk about best directions for 2021. And if you guys join next month, because you can only join starting next month, then you guys will get all the replays of the previous months. So it's been going on since December of 2017. So there's a lot of previous month calls for you to go through. There's already a lot for you guys. It might be overwhelming for some of the newbies, but that's where we're at. Okay. Okay. Stu, I don't know who you are, but in an open plan room that spans a few sectors, do you remedy for the dominant energy only, or do you have to remedy for all afflicted areas of that room? Okay, someone's just private messaging me about the link. Let me give you the link. If you haven't joined me in Feng Shui 2021, you can do that here. FengShui2021.com. Only people who go through this or prior year's training can be in MC. I'm starting to be really, really choosy about who I let in, especially where manifesting code is concerned, and my certification course, because I want to make sure I get the right people in there. So in an open plan room that spans a few sectors, do you remedy for dominant energy only, or do you have to remedy for all afflicted areas of that room, even if the other energies are weaker? It is up to you. If it makes you feel better to remedy even the weaker energies, then do it, okay? Because there's no point in doing feng shui and then you're just going crazy thinking you haven't done enough. For me, that's actually worse than doing, it's actually counterintuitive, because you're actually putting out more negative energy into the space, right? So if you think remedying the negative areas will help you, then do it. But if you feel overwhelmed by also needing to do the weaker energy placements, then don't do it. Whatever makes you feel better, okay? But definitely the focus is on the dominant energy. And then the other one, for the weaker energy, it's optional, okay? If you guys are not sure of what I'm talking about when it comes to dominant and weaker energies, that's because those are the languages that we use in my annual training. So if you want to, if FOMO is hitting you, if you're missing out, FengShui2021.com. Yes, Kathy, I've been a member of Manifesting Code since April and love it. Wonder inner work. Yes. You know how I came across the idea of needing to do heaven, earth, and mankind luck. Okay. I know for some of you guys, you hear me talk about this over and over again, but I will say it nonetheless. So there's heaven. Okay. And just bear with me. Earth. 天人地. Okay. And then there's earth luck or earth energy. And then there's mankind luck or mankind energy. Okay. Okay, over here. Over here. Heaven, earth, and mankind. Okay, 3 types of energy. Again, Feng Shui is which level? Feng Shui is earth energy, right? So when I became a Feng Shui consultant, obviously other tools were not, they were not new to me, but when I was consulting, you know, with paying clients, all I talked about was earth energy, right? So some of my clients have already been on the spiritual path. They've already been meditating. They, you know, I have one client who went to India for a whole month to an ashram for a retreat. I have clients who, you know, who have been doing other spiritual work. And then I also have clients who are either they just started out in Feng Shui or they're still very new in their experiences with other spiritual esoteric teachings. And then I started realizing that my clients that have been doing the meditating, doing the past life work, doing the charities, doing self-development work, self-awareness work, ego work, forgiveness work, all those stuff, I realized my clients who were doing all those other spiritual tools got better results after they put in the Feng Shui. The Feng Shui was like their tipping point. And you know, and then everything started to shift for them. Versus the ones who only did the Feng Shui, they saw results, but definitely a little bit more limited than the ones who did more work. So that was like ding, 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 ding. That was like an aha moment for me. And then I did it in my own life. So for the things that I want to manifest, I make sure that I have the Feng Shui done. And then I look, okay, what sort of heaven work can I do? What sort of mankind work can I do? Once I started doing that, I started getting better results. And so manifesting code was as basically from that realization and then me experimenting with like really putting it into place and then realizing I need to make this more of a thing, right? So manifesting code came out of that. Lydia, how can I get into the past life reading? If you want to do it through me, I do offer 1-hour readings for that. Just email me. There are other past life past life readers or past life therapists as well, for sure. You can definitely do that. And what was I going to say? Okay, I'm not going to share this because I didn't get the go ahead to do so. So I won't share this as yet. And Stu is saying, oh my God, is that why I've never been able to keep my plants alive? Maybe. So going back to the plants one, I've had more than one occasion where I ask my clients to move their plants and they tell me their plants are doing much better. So, and their pets are doing much better. So it's not, sometimes people say, oh, Feng Shui works because you believe in it. No, not really. Do the plants know that they've been Feng Shui? Do the pets know that they've been Feng Shui? No, but they reap the benefits anyway, right? It's just energy, and energy affects all living matter, really. Just Winder, you can't register for manifesting code because it's not yet open. I will reopen that in February. Do I do Akashic records in manifesting code? Yes. I actually teach the members how to do it, but I admit that some members do struggle with reading their own records. My best recommendation for that is to keep with the meditation and do some chakra work as well. Sometimes there are blockages in the chakra, which is the energy centers. Or there are other issues to the blockages too. I'm not going to go into that here. But yeah, if there are blockages, then some students do find it a little bit hard to do it. But I definitely have modules on that. What am I going to benefit with a past life reading? Those of you who got the past life reading in a group or privately, if you want to share, you can feel free to comment there. But I'll share with you guys my own situation, okay? So I have always had a problem with money. In making money, in keeping money. So when I got my training in past life regression, and when I got training in Akashic Record, I started going into my past lives. And I realized having money, okay, back off. My very first past life was, it was post-war, and I was a man. I looked at my hands. I had manly hands, and it was post-war. There was rubble everywhere. People were crying. There were like smoke and like rubble. It was just chaos around me. And I went back to my mini mansion, and I was in the library, and when I looked at my hands, I could see the sleeves of a general, like a high-ranking soldier. So I saw myself in the library with my other friends. We're having our whiskey or whatever and our cigar, and we're all scared because our side lost. And we're like, okay, we need to make a run for it. We need to escape because the other side's going to come for us soon. So I told my wife to pack up our things, and we fled. We didn't take anything. We literally just left with our clothes and a little bag of whatever. And in that life, I ended up living till I was like a good 50, 60 years old. And then I was on my deathbed, and I could see my wife, like she's also like haggard and whatever. And she was hanging clothes outside in the clothing line. And then I could sense that my moment was coming. And then I called for her, like I was coughing, whatever. I called for her, and she knelt down beside me. And I remember while I was going through that past life, me in my current state, I was like, tears were just like coming, just like fountain of tears. I told my wife, we may have nothing, we may be dirt poor, but at least we're safe. Because our enemies were looking for people who are splashing out, who are like, not hiding themselves, right? We were hidden. People didn't look at us because we were poor, dirt poor. We actually had dirt floors, that poor. So I told my wife, we're poor, but at least we're safe. So that was the first life that I went into. And then I had another past life where this always makes people laugh. I sold moonshine. I was rich. I was really rich. But I did it illegally. I was a criminal. And then I got shot in the back and robbed. And then there was another, well, I'm just going to share a few with you guys. But there was another one where, this is a different one. So anyway, I worked on that. And from there was the realization that, again, this is law of attraction. This is your mankind now, okay? Your mankind. Okay, first there's the heaven, because I have a bad relationship. I have an unhealthy relationship about money, with the idea that money puts a target on me. Okay? Hence this life. Before this, right? Like even when I was working in IT, I made 6 figures. I kept none of it. I just frittered it away. At the end of the year, even making 6 figures from that job, I don't know where the money went. I just couldn't keep any money. Right? So I worked on it. I worked with energy healing, with meditation, with visualization, with essential oils, with Reiki, with theta healing. Like I did all sorts of stuff to heal my unhealthy relationship with money. And guess what happened? I started making more, right? And then I hit a ceiling. I just couldn't get past it, right? I couldn't get past a ceiling. And then I did my spiritual work again. Well, this is actually more of a current life, not really related to your question. But another one that I recently dealt with was, so every year I have a money goal. I have a financial goal for my business. And I have a goal for my business this year, but it freaked the heck out of me. It really, really did, because it's big. And so this one, I couldn't deal it on my own because it was, I knew where it came from, right? So again, I went into past life, and the realization was that I've never made, so a lot of the money that I made in the past, either I did it illegally, i.e. the moonshine, or I inherited it, i.e. the one where I was a high-ranking soldier. I didn't make that money on my own. My ancestors, my family was rich. So in my past life where I was rich, I didn't make the money by myself legally. So in this life, I had to heal and work on my money mindset, in that I am able and capable, and I have what it takes to hit that money goal that I have for my business. So that's what the past life reading does, is it helps you pick up the themes that you have in your past lives and how it is now showing itself in your current life. It works with, in terms of fertility, it helps in terms of fertility, in terms of your relationship, in terms of your health. Past life work is really, really important. Okay. Okay, so I will, oh my gosh, we're like 1 hour, 40 minutes here. So I will end it here. Thank you so much for, sometimes we have phobias that come from past life. Exactly. Oh, for sure, for sure. And many of us, we have hundreds of past lives, hundreds. Even we may have reincarnated as a baby, but it got miscarried. That's a past life already. You were just never born, but you were there physically, just no live birth, right? So that's why, like, when people say, Safrina, I did the Feng Shui, but I'm still not making money, or I'm still stuck in my career, or I still haven't met anyone in terms of, romantically, then that's where you need to go above and beyond Feng Shui now, because Feng Shui is just 1/3, you guys. Feng Shui is just 1/3. You have to work on the heaven and the mankind, right? If you don't get anything else from me in this whole live stream, is that there's heaven, earth, and mankind. And manifesting code is really to help you with the heaven and the mankind. Okay, so I will leave you guys here. Hopefully I haven't turned you guys off with a lot of my really woo-woo stuff, or maybe I turned some of you guys on, I don't know. But thank you so much for spending a little bit of the birthday month time with me. And I think the next live stream is probably the final week of the month. I'm not sure, but definitely we will mention it in our social media posts. If anyone have not gotten them inside of Feng Shui 2021, and you don't have to, you honestly don't have to, but if you feel like you need to up your game, get rid of fast food feng shui and start doing it the classical way, this is a great way for you to do that. All right, everyone, have a great day. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe, like, or share this video if you found value in it. And if you are new in the Feng Shui journey, I would love to invite you to join me in my free Feng Shui Schools video series. I'm going to share with you the one school of Feng Shui that absolutely everyone needs to stop doing, because it really isn't how Feng Shui is meant to be done. And I'll also be talking about different Feng Shui schools or Feng Shui methods that would suit other situations. The link to the video series would be popping up somewhere on the screen or under the video, and I hope to see you on the other side.